probably won in a lot of areas, but the only stat that matters is the win-loss column. There are a couple of things, we saw a lot of individual play out there where a couple of guys shine. We just have to make sure that we put it together and have a team effort and win those close games.
You said you didn't start well last night, you didn't finish well. Why do you think after a week off you guys didn't have that good start?
Well, it's probably a little over-exaggerated. It's not like that was probably our worst start of all. And like I said, it was enough to win a game. It's not like we were sluggish at any point. We had a couple of penalties. We did add one or two new guys. But at the end of the day, new environment, all those things, any kind of excuse you want to have, we did enough things to where we could have won the game. The biggest thing is we just can't be our own enemy.
Corey, when you look at the team and the way it's played, how does it compare to where you want it to be? When you look at the ideal of your football team, where does it rank right now?
Well, we said that we would cut the seasons in thirds. The first 6 we ended up 3-3. Of course, coming out of the block we were 3-0, and we were expecting to have the 4th win. So now after this 3rd loss, we're expecting to have a win again. But when you look at the team overall, it's a young team, and I think some guys are learning some key lessons. I think hopefully we can get them all out the way, or got them all out the way, that we can go forth. A lot of it, like a 2nd and 20, we line too shallow. Just different things. But there's some guys who are learning, and there's some individual play that's really outstanding. So I think we're headed in the right direction. We just got to have them materialize into wins.
What do you think is that key lesson that maybe the guys learned last night that they didn't know?
Well, the key when you look at a team such as ours, one guy asked me, and it was just a simple question. It was after a touchdown. He's like, "Are we taking the ball here?" I was like, "No, that's only after a field goal." So these guys are relatively new to the CFL game, but they play hard, and they just have to learn to keep studying hard, keep playing hard, and once they become vets, whether it's 7th game, 8th game, 9th game, this team will turn around. I know we'll do the things that we need to do to get in the W column.
After 2 or 3 games, there was a lot of pressure. It doesn't seem that there's been as much recently. What has changed as far as pressuring the opposing team, or has it changed?
Oh, no, we pressured the quarterback a lot last night. We got home. We got hits on their quarterback. I was very pleased with the front play last night. There was a couple of things where a lot of them, Stephen Giles just threw the ball up there, and they came down with it. So that was one area that I was very pleased with, was the front's play. We're not going to get a sack on every down. Probably had 1 or 2 sacks in there, and then we probably hit the quarterback 5 or 6 times. So that's a good night.
This is your first test of adversity as a head coach, your first losing streak. How are you handling it?
The first thing we said, we talked about playing fast, disciplined, aggressive, and with unity. And fast for us means fighting through adversity and standing tall. It's not something that I'm not accustomed to. I don't care. Human side, you always want to win. You want to win every game. That's the biggest frustration, is you want to win. Adversity is temporary. Everything changes. Like I said, after the 3rd win, everybody expected a 4th. So after the 3rd loss, I'm not expecting a 4th. I'm looking for a win. It's football.
We just didn't win, and that's what it's all about. So I'm not satisfied.
Is there something you can put your finger on that's from 3-0 to 3 wins in a row to 3 losses in a row? Is there anything really noticeable that has changed things?
Just not finishing, just not closing out games, just not finishing when it's time. And, that's what it's all about.
It seems like that's been sort of the answer for most of the losses recently. Why is it continuously that answer?
So we have to look at the film and find out. We just have to figure out what we need to do to be able to close out.
Prolonged season, Darian, is it better to learn these lessons now than in September?
Oh, no doubt. Good thing that these things are happening early, so you could figure out what's going wrong and try to fix them the best way you can, and make sure those things don't happen anymore.
Darian, you were pretty excited to get back to work after the bye week. A lot of smiles. Clearly, not happy after a loss. But what's the psyche of this team when you go through a little bit of a rut like this?
We're good. We realize what's wrong. It's not like after the game we're looking for answers. We're trying to figure out, teams are blowing us out or whatnot. We know what we need to do. We know what needs to be corrected. So the psyche's good. Spirits are high. It's early, and we all realize that.
How much do you take it upon yourself to let some of the younger guys go know that? Because this is a young team, and it'd be easy for those guys to get frustrated.
Right. I think Coach Chamblin is doing a great job of just letting guys know that it is early, and we do have a long way to go. And no champion has ever been crowned this early in the season. So you just have to keep fighting, keep plugging, and just find ways to win games, win close games, and that's what it's coming down to.
Do you feel you're close, though?
No doubt about it. if you look at our 3 losses, no game has been out of hand. No game has been in a situation where we didn't have a chance. And that's all you can ask for, is just give yourself a chance to win.
What led to the time count violations last night? Was it a delay getting the play in, or what was contributing?
I don't know. I think it was, in my opinion, I think it was just a fast clock by the refs. I would never just sit here and blame them for anything. I mean, we need to speed up our process also. But I definitely think it was a fast time clock. And I talked to Giles, and he said the same thing.
Yeah, because you looked surprised almost every time that was called. It's just
right.
Like, what's going on here?
We had the personnel in. We had everything in that we needed. And, if you look at some of those violations, the clock was running as we were subbing. And, referee is at least supposed to wait until the personnel switch. So, but we still, no excuse. I mean, we still got to get it done.
Can you talk about BC and facing them, what type of matchup that's going to be for you?
I mean, it's going to be a dogfight. It's something that we're looking forward to. We always know that whenever you play a Western team, it's going to be a battle. So we're just looking forward to that. We know what to expect from those guys, and we'll be ready.
It's another heartbreaker. It's his 3rd one in a row. Hopefully we can turn it around so it don't happen again.
After you've done so much for your team individually, what do you tell the guys on the roster after you've put in so much effort and done so well?
I guess what I did wasn't enough. I got to do more, and we got to come together as a team and do more collectively, so that we win games instead of losing them.
How puzzling is it? I mean, you look at the passing yardage total, or you have more first downs than they do. Numbers-wise, it adds up. It should add up to more than you're able to get. Is it a little hard to put your finger on it as a result?
Turnovers. We fumbled the ball and they picked it up and scored. Then we had a interception down in the red zone where they turned around and scored off that also. So the turnovers was a big thing for us last night, and we eliminated those, we probably would have won.
Did you learn anything new about the team in that game?
No, we're just seeing everybody's at a loss of words right now. We're trying to figure out what's happening. We're about to go back and watch the film so we can figure it out and hopefully get it fixed this week.
How much did the penalties kind of throw off the team's rhythm when you guys were starting to get drives together?
Past 3 games, it seemed like whenever we get going and starting to have a good drives, and the penalties seem to be the ones that set us back. And it's not nothing that the defense is doing, it's just things that we're doing that's stopping us from winning games and scoring.
How do you track that?
Just got to be more disciplined and more focused and make sure you're not jumping off sides or you're not running before the snap count and just not holding and doing stupid things like that.
What does the emphasis need to be in preparing for BC now?
I honestly don't know. We got to go back and watch the film to see what BC has been doing, and we take it from there.